Okay, if you work with me, I'm sure you're already well aware of what ChatGPT and other LLM AI services are. I talk about them a good bit. The one in particular that I do use the most is ChatGPT, and there's a recent major upgrade that I wanted to talk to you guys about so that you can utilize it in your business. Now, I know that what I'm going to show you is sometimes controversial, specifically talking about image creation and it taking away from graphic design jobs, artistry jobs in general. I'm not encouraging you to start making your own Van Goghs. I was just curious. But here's essentially what has been upgraded is in ChatGPT, specifically if you have a paid account and you're looking at the Chat 4.0 option here, their image rendering skills have gone way up. And in particular, and what I'm most interested in is the ability for ChatGPT suddenly to be able to create written language that did not previously exist. It previously was not able to put letters together to create words successfully and certainly not sentences. It can now. So here's me kind of goofing around and fiddling with this new new image creation tool. And then my husband in the background telling me you should tell it to make it have language in it because now it can do language. And I was like, holy cow, this is pretty cool. Obviously, I said, wow. So then I got to thinking, okay, how can my clients really utilize this to the max? So I thought to myself, if I were an agent, what are some of the things that I might ask ChatGPT to do? The first thing that I would be asking a LLM service to do is to consider creating branded materials. So for example, I gave it this prompt. I'm working on a buyer guide. I want it to be sure to highlight that my specialty is as a luxury agent with 17 years experience. My list price to sales price ratio is astronomical. I do a wonderful job of helping clients find off-market properties, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm giving it prompts as well that it needs to know about the area so that way it's creating a guide that will be true to the area that I live in, which is the Triangle of North Carolina. So it gives me all this information. It says, here's what you should put together, right? But I don't want to put this together myself. What I want it to do is to create it for me. And so I said, I'd like an InDesign style layout for a booklet. I want minimalistic, and I give it my hex codes, my color schemes, my fonts. I'm going to give it all this information. The other fun thing is you can tell it, don't ever, this is my design suite. Don't change it. And it'll do this forever and ever moving forward. So again, it's updating. It's saying, here's how to design this. If I wanted to just give this to a designer, that's great. There's an option that at least saves me time, energy, and effort and gives clarity to the designer that I'm working with. Or I can say, I just want you to create the image for each page I laid out, right? And it starts to put this together. And it puts it together in my branding colors with the fonts that I wanted it to give me, and with an image of a home that actually looks like where I live, right? Because that's the other thing is that sometimes you get AI putting together images of things that don't look anything like where you live. I don't need a San Francisco house. I need a Raleigh, North Carolina style house. Okay. So then I start fiddling around with other things that it could do for me, like niche ads. This could be this one in particular. I'm saying I have got a home for sale, put something together. Here's like a little teaser. This could be the cover for all the other pictures that I put of the home that's for sale. But now I'm curious. I want it to create ads for me. So this is a whole nother thing that we could do. Maybe I'm looking specifically to target downsizers. Don't ignore my spelling. We're not looking at spelling here. We listen and we don't judge. So I'm looking for it to put together, here's an image that I can use, and I can even tell it like, okay, give me the text for the social media post. But then I might say, for example, and it does, I might say, well, I want to test a few different ones to make sure that I can A/B test the ads that I'm pushing out so that they're effective. So it gives me one with a fun tone, a luxury tone, and a trustworthy tone. And I can say I want the matching images for those. So fun tone, going to be a fun text. Give me the other two. I don't like that it's using the same picture, especially if we're using a luxury home for this second one. So I say, tell me, I want it to be redone with a luxury property. Bada bing, bada bing. And then a third one as well. The last thing that we can do to utilize this for is what if I'm making an ad for hire? I told it I'm making an ad for hire for LinkedIn, and I want an image to be able to post that's going to attract agents who are interested in systems. This is just one attempt at this, but you can see where this is going. There's a lot of opportunity here to be playing around with what it can do now that it can generate better images and put font and text on it. This is huge. So if you're wondering what should I be doing with ChatGPT or other LLMs that I'm not currently, get in there and start fiddling with it. Make sure it knows who you are, what your brand is, what you sound like, all that fun stuff. And you can put together some pretty impressive pieces of material. If you have questions, issues, concerns, reach out to me. Let me know.